I'm Joe Day, and in shopping for groceries, as most of us do, I've sometimes wondered about the lives of those in the stores who check us out after we've bought our groceries. They are as varied as any group here in Santa Fe, and some of them reflect a kind of life fairly common in this city. They come from various backgrounds, many of them professional, perhaps artistic, who work at what some might consider non-professional jobs. They do it simply to support themselves, to pay the rent, to put food on the table. I've seen one of them greeting customers, chatting with them pleasantly, even enthusiastically, at the local Trader Joe's store. His name is Jim McConnell. It would seem to me to be a physical job. You're 62 years old.
You had to bring that up. It's very physical and it's good. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's good for me. I arrive usually around 5 in the morning, 5:30, and I'm unloading pallets and stacking soda water and wine, things that are heavy. My doctor did have the nerve to ask me if I got any exercise, and she shops there. And I said, "Hey, look at that front wall of bottles. I stack them every morning." And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's good for me.
You seem to be the kind of person who likes to talk to people, obviously. Why do you do that?
Oh, gosh, I guess it's in my blood. I come from an academic family, and talk was everything. The English language was everything. Some of us are just compulsive talkers. Not sure it's a blessing.
You have a background in both in anthropology. You majored in anthropology in college, and in screenwriting for many years with varying degrees of success in Los Angeles. It would seem to me that gives you a particular vantage point to observe the people around here, and you mentioned the diversity. What makes this place special in that regard, do you think?
Well, the diversity is just incredible. I've been here, as I say, 9 years, and I feel I'm just scratching the surface. There are so many different groups from so many different cultures and ethnicities. My goodness, I met, although he passed away this last year, at Trader Joe's, one of my favorite customers, a drummer who had worked with Duke Ellington and Count Basie, as a matter of fact. This just is amazing to me. Do you find that there are people working there who are in somewhat of a similar situation, in that they've had a career somewhere else with varying degrees, again, of success, but they're working there, partly to feed themselves and to pay the rent? Do you find that there are people with similar backgrounds there? Not necessarily your background, but the same kind of idea. Absolutely. This is Santa Fe, and that's one of the strengths of this whole town, which is there's so many artists here, for example. You have to support yourself in that when your art isn't selling. At Trader Joe's, we have a lot of ex-teachers, painters, sculptors. There's a lawyer. When people from out of state ask me to say, well, what's New Mexico like? I cite one statistic, which is from the New Mexico Coalition for Literacy, which is that 46%, that's nearly half of the state, of all adult New Mexicans read at the third grade level or less, and that's functional illiteracy. And most New Mexicans are wholly unaware of that fact. And when you think about it and really consider the implications, it's tragic. And also, Jim McConnell feels, there's this. These are scary times, the economy and the immigration paranoia that we see in places like Arizona, our neighbor. I think this is terribly sad that in times of hardship and stress, which these certainly are, that people, I don't know, maybe it's something in human nature, some people turn against each other. And I think what we have in Santa Fe is often the case, and it's also an opportunity to embrace all of our differences. I think it's what makes us rich. For KSFR News, I'm Joe Day, around and about Santa Fe.